Happy Monday, even though I was told a number of years ago you can't trust that day. It is the 8th day of June, 2026. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, 50 degrees, overcast. We're going to be all over the weather map this week. Pretty cloudy today. Chance of rain later on today. There's a pretty robust system coming in. Western Washington and the Portland area is going to get quite a bit of rain today. Eventually it's going to work its way over the Cascades to give us a visit in the overnight hours, and then we kind of dispatch with the rain on Tuesday, and then we have wind Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday we transition, and then we'll be pushing 90 by the weekend. We're going to it's going to be everywhere, and no 2 days are going to be alike this week. Forecast details are on the way. Lots of news, lots of sports. Mariners, not the best weekend in the Motor City. They lost 2 of 3 to the Tigers, including yesterday. But the Apple Sox are red hot. They're playing pretty good. They swept Kamloops over the weekend. We'll talk about that. In the back half of the program, we've done this every year, the Monday after the commencement exercises for Eastmont and Wenatchee High School. We do highlights of the musical performances, talented musicians too. Very entertaining. You're going to hear from the Eastmont High School Mariachi Band. They had a good time. They got everybody's toes tapping. And then the 2 musical performances for Wenatchee's commencement exercises as well. You're going to like both of those. That'll be in the back half of the program. And a brand new opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty. You've never seen it because we've never aired it. Let's take our tour around the valley, and specifically we're going to head on up to Chelan to get you the latest on the Chestnut Fire. It's pretty quiet now. There it is, the Wenatchee Valley. There are the clouds. It's 50 degrees. Sunrise this morning was at 5:04. Sunset will be at 5:04. Sunrise will be at 5:04 all week until we get to Saturday. And on Saturday, sunrise goes to 5:03, which is about as early as it can get. These are the long days of the year. There's a pretty good shot from our Upper Butte camera looking towards the Columbia River, because that's where the Chestnut Fire broke out on late Friday afternoon, Friday evening. 50% contained. Most of the evacuation levels have been, we're zooming in. Most of the evacuation levels have been all but lifted. Pretty remote area, and as you can see, there's a lot of roads there, so they had pretty quick access to the Chestnut Fire, the beginning of the fire season, which is longer and more volatile than ever, it seems, over the last few years. So that's one view of the fire. It's not a bad view. That's from up on the very top of the Chelan Butte, looking south and east towards the Columbia River. And next up on our deal, it's the Waterville camera. When we say good morning to Aniat. Hello, Aniat. It's good to see you folks. Look at that, a little bit of sun kissing the foothills high above Aniat. Beautiful view there. I love these cameras. I could just look at these all day. Nanapoc Ridge says good morning to everybody. Lake Wenatchee's sitting there pretty good. You can see a little sliver of Fish Lake off to the right and a little bit of the Lake Wenatchee airstrip. Beautiful view there. The snow continues to melt. The snowpack is almost all but gone now in many locations, and that's not good because it's only June 8th. The snow is all gone now on Mission Ridge, and that doesn't happen too often. Usually it's a few weeks later before the snow completely dissipates on Mission Ridge, but it's gone now. One quick little slide to show for you. June so far has been cooler than normal. If we look back at May, of course, we had the 5th warmest May on record, but we're off to a pretty cool start for the month of June. We only hit 71 yesterday. Our normal high is 76. We had quite a bit of sunshine, especially all the way into about mid-afternoon before we saw a few clouds roll in. Our normal high is 76. We're not going to get anywhere near that today or Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe Thursday. We're going to have a fairly cool week until we get to the weekend. Then it's going to turn around and get just plain hot. From our friends at Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, which is where comfort, care, and community come together. Clouds will be continuing to thicken up as the system rolls in by this afternoon. We could see a light raindrop or two, about a 30% chance of that today, with a high near 70. And then the chance of rain goes from 30% today to 90% tonight, with an overnight low of 53. So everybody's going to get a little bit of light rain, not a big bunch of rain. Most of the system will have expended its energy by the time it gets here, but it's big enough that we are going to get some rain tonight. Morning rain, afternoon sun, lots of wind on Tuesday. So Tuesday morning at this time, it'll be cloudy, maybe some light rain. Eventually by Tuesday afternoon, the sun will be out and the winds will be picking up quite a bit of wind on Tuesday and Tuesday night. Gusts in the valley on Tuesday, 40 miles an hour. Gusts in the valley Tuesday night, 50 miles an hour, maybe. Certainly sustained winds at around 30 miles an hour on Tuesday night. The wind dies down a little bit on Wednesday, but not too much, with a high of 70. And then the low pressure that's bringing us the weather for today, tomorrow, and most of Wednesday will begin to exit Wednesday night, and then we turn right around to go to 78 Thursday to 83 Friday for the last day of school. For a lot of kids, that is Friday, except for the seniors, they're already done. And then probably no question, the warmest weekend of the year is coming our way, Saturday and Sunday. And that, by the way, will spill all the way into next week. Going to be pretty warm, but the next 3.5 days are going to be a little on the cattywampus side. Going to take a break and come back with your news on this Monday. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
Celebrate America at the Real Homes Rock Fest on the last Saturday in June. Great bands including Too Slim and the Tail Draggers and the best Bon Jovi tribute band, Non Jovi. It all happens at the Rock Island Golf Course. Free shuttle service with food and craft vendors and a wine and beer garden. Be prepared for family fun entertainment and live music to the fireworks show. The Real Homes Rock Fest at the Rock Island Golf Course, Saturday, June 27th, 2026.
The NCW Life channel is proud to bring you live coverage of the 2026 commencement exercises for Westside High School on Tuesday, June 9th. The ceremonies at the Town Toyota Center will begin at 7 p.m. Our live broadcast is made possible by our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. The broadcast is also brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Caldwell Banker Cascade, and Together for Youth. Congratulations to the Westside High School class of 2026.
It's cloudy now. It's going to be cloudy all day, late afternoon rain. We're only going to get to about 70. Quite a bit of light rain overnight tonight into Tuesday morning, and then we clear out, and we have lots of wind Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, Wednesday, and Wednesday night before a pleasant summer weekend, if you will, rolls our way this weekend. It's at 9 minutes after the hour. There will be no spring Chinook fishing season for the general public this year on the Icicle River. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife announcing Friday the majority of Chinook salmon returning to spawn have already passed beyond the traditional fishing boundary. The season was set to commence on May 31st with fishing allowed from the mouth of the river all the way to the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery. But that was abruptly delayed while the hatchery had to deal with a waterline break that put their fish rearing operations at risk. Only a relatively low 1,200 of a predicted 1,600 Chinook salmon have returned to the hatchery. Repairs on the waterline are ongoing, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service says the project is going to take some time. Temporary pumping solutions, I should say, have continued to feed water from the icicle to broodstock ponds where salmon are gathered for breeding. The Wenatchee City Council approved the sale of 2 parcels on North Wenatchee Avenue for $3.2 million to a Yakima commercial real estate developer who may attract business activity to the area near the Confluence Parkway project. The parcels total about 5 acres of land. Chris Waddle is the owner and lead developer of Hogback Development Company in Yakima. He said back in March he was excited to work on this project. His company has developed properties for companies like Marriott, Panera, Five Guys, Jersey Mike's, and Starbucks in the past. The sale agreement has a 180-day feasibility period. That means that Hogback can back out within 6 months if they find the site unsuitable, or they can extend the feasibility period further if needed. The fast food company Chick-fil-A was previously expressing interest in the site. They have since backed away. A 990 overpass in Moses Lake that's been closed since January. They're going to tear it down. It's going to be at the wrecking ball next month. The Washington State Department of Transportation says the Hanson Road overpass at milepost 174 will be taken down starting in early July. The DOT awarded the $1.8 million demolition contract last week to a Spokane Valley company, which is now working to finalize the work schedule. The overpass was shut down after a winter inspection found significant deterioration. Traffic has been routed around the closure since it happened. Once the structure is demolished, work on a new overpass will commence. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department quickly cut off a small brush fire Friday afternoon alongside the Loop Trail and Highway 28. The fire about 1 mile south of East Wenatchee reported shortly after 1 o'clock Friday afternoon, burned grass and sagebrush along the slope. Crews were able to quickly get control of the flames. Traffic on the adjacent highway wasn't significantly affected. The cause of the fire, not immediately known, but it is the second such fire in that general area in the last 3 weeks. The Chelan County PUD is offering assistance for customers who may need some extra help with their monthly utility bills. The PUD says it's partnering with Promise to streamline applications for a new discount program. Eligible households can receive a 25% discount on their monthly electric bills at water and wastewater services for some customers. The Chelan PUD says the expanded program allows more households to qualify based on income and family size. Households must earn less than 80% of the county's median income or up to 200% of the federal poverty level. Customers can apply online through the PUD's website, or you can call up the PUD and they'll help you via phone. And each year, airplane culture takes flight from the Grant County International Airport. This year's Moses Lake Air Show this Friday and this Saturday. And announcer Ryan Dombrowski has been interviewing some of the flying aces on the schedule, and he recently got deep into the weeds on a classic aircraft with stunt flyer Rennie Price.
So you are flying a Sukhoi Su-29. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And I've heard of it at, like, some people talk about it as like the heavyweight champion of the aerobatic world.
Well, it is, it's Russian, but, to say it's the heavyweight, I'm not sure that's fair anymore when you have, the extras are such amazing airplanes. And so it was built by military companies, Sukhoi, MiG, and Yak all competed. And the Sukhoi is the one that the Russian team members went with. So the airplane's very robust. It's not a military airplane, but it was certainly built by military, technology.
What's on the front of it? Is it a radial engine?
Yeah, it's an M14, and it puts out 360 horsepower out of 9 cylinders. And it's supercharged, which is kind of unusual, for, a light aerobatic. Well, I'm saying that's an aerobatic engine. That really is not an aerobatic engine. That engine traces its roots back to the Korean War, where they were putting them in tanks. So it's a very, very robust engine. And I've seen one taken apart. Gosh, they're beautiful on the outside. They look a little crude, frankly, on the outside. But you open one up, and they're just gorgeous. I mean, they are very stout. And that's one of the reasons I went with the Sukhoi. Who were flying Pitzes, and some pretty amazing individuals were flying these. And with all the new maneuvers they were learning, all these tumbles and all the stuff that was kind of new, they were busting the cranks in those things. And any number of those guys were sponsored. So, they didn't worry about a busted crank too bad. They just get another engine and away they go. But I really wanted to avoid that. So the radio became attractive to me for that reason. That's one of the reasons this airplane was so attractive to me. I mean, I've been flying it almost 30 years, and I'm only on my second engine.
Radial on the front have that same, like, classics, we call it, like, the sound of round. Like, it's classic, like, radial sound, because that's going to be unique in the airshow performer world right now.
It's somewhat unique as far as us flip-flop guys are. Guys that are just going up and doing regular aerobatics and tumbling and all those kind of things. Yeah, it's the only airplane out there that's running a radial engine that I'm aware of. So, you come in, when you do aerobatics, you're really kind of putting the icing or the sprinkles on the icing, the cake that is that air show. But as you mentioned, the Sukhoi has its own unique sound, and especially with that, supercharger on it. I mean, I don't know how many people, you have to say, boy, the sound of that's incredible. So you could go up there and just fly back and forth and probably entertain somebody.
Moses Lake. We've talked a lot over the last couple of weeks about how it's like, it's big sky country. We're up in the high desert air. Wondering about what your show's like at place. Like, does it affect your show? We've typically got a little bit higher density altitude. We're a little bit higher up. What can people expect, and how do you change the show for a venue like Moses Lake?
Yeah, actually, altitude is a huge thing. Sounds like the Sukhoi do okay. They do pretty good at those altitudes. Now, that air show is early in the year, so it's not going to be hot up there. A show that you would fly, or maneuvers you could fly, in the spring, you may not be able to fly in the middle of August, just because, the diameter of the radius of that loop becomes so big. And we've actually got a great equation for it these days. So to where you can, it's basically you take your true airspeed, square it, divide it by 5.7 times the radial G, and now you've got a number. So you can see that number on your altimeter when you go over the top. And as long as you have that number, then you're good to complete the maneuver.
And again, it's this Friday and Saturday at the Grand County International Airport. The Wenatchee Festival flight, by the way, coming up a little bit later on this month. And that is the news coming up a little bit later on today. The news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. The NCW Life Evening News at 5, 6, and 10 on television. If that doesn't fit into your schedule, and we know we're all busy, and a lot of people are now cut the cord, cut the cable, so to speak. So if you're just an online kind of consumer of television, it'll be on our YouTube page. Our news will at about 5 o'clock tonight. Don't forget, we stream 24/7, 365 on our homepage, ncwlife.com. But if you've got a news tip, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Not the best weekend for the Mariners, but a darn good one for the Apple Sox. In 2 minutes, we have sports. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
"19 minutes after the hour, tough one for the Mariners. The Tigers come back from a 4-1 deficit with a 2-run walk-off base hit by Kevin McGonigal. He hit it off Andres Munoz, and the Mariners lost to the Tigers 5-4 yesterday in Detroit. Seattle wasted a very good start from Luis Castillo, who left with a 3-1 lead after yielding just 3 hits in 5 2/3 innings. The Tigers take 2 of 3 from the Mariners.
Their dugout, Joey Cora. Infield is in. Young shoots this through the right side for a base hit, and it brings home that leadoff double from Colt Emerson.
So you mentioned that he had great vision, and it was it? Did you call it McGonigal?
We did, and then she needed a pair, so she's patented the first pair of McGonigal goggles. I wonder when she'll take them to market.
Fly ball to right off the bat of McGonigal. Way back and gone.
He saw that one out of the hand. The McGonigal goggles are working today. Pitch recognition's important. You see the slider right out of the hand. The McGonigal goggles were in focus. Yes! Yes!
And nobody got a better look at it than she did.
Go ahead run at second base for the M's. Ground ball tight to the line, and it's off Torkelson's glove and dies against the wall. Julio scores easily. Naylor is into second, and the Mariners take the lead back into sixth. On a 2-2. It hit him. He gets an RBI with a bruise. Colt Emerson hit by the pitch, and the Mariners get their second run this frame.
Well, that is huge. You're down 2 strikes. You're leaning out on something away, and that's where Summers was trying to go to as well. This ball just gets away from him, trying to make it too big of a pitch, and Emerson just sticking that elbow out. It's that extra run.
Inside out, down the line, and Julio trots home. Randy making the turn, slams it in reverse, and that big run out there at third base touches home for the Mariners. It's a 4-1 lead in the 7th inning.
Randy Arozarena strikes again. You talked about him potentially being an all-star. How big has he been in these situations? Again, the pitch middle in, just slapping that ball into right field.
Tigers down 3. Perez standing at home plate representing the potential tying run. Base hit into right. Torkelson is in. McKinstry being waved around third. Cora's got the left arm windmilling. There will be no throw to the plate. Wenzel Perez with a triple. The Tigers are within 1.
This is what we saw all last year between Zach McKinstry and Wenzel Perez. They're such pivotal points, key players in this organization, in this offense, on this roster.
McKinstry coming down the line at third. Perez at second. Line drive off the glove. One right in. McKinstry. Perez coming home. Throw to the plate. Not in time. Tigers win. Kevin McGonigal delivers.
May was really tough for the Tigers. June so far looks like it's going to be an epic run. According to Kevin McGonigal, turning 100 around.
Louis threw the ball extremely well again today. Just the way he mixed, the heater was outstanding. I thought both his heaters were outstanding, and threw some good changeups. His slider was working. I thought, had things well under control. Really kept them pretty quiet there for the time he was out there. Allowed our offense to get going a little bit, and they did. And, getting some runs early was big. Being able to add on there towards the end, get that 4th run was huge. And then the bullpen, I thought threw the ball well. We just gave up a couple there at the end, and it's tough there when you lose that kind of a game. But the guys I thought fought extremely hard today, and it's a tough one to come out on the end of because they played hard. That's going to happen from time to time. I think it's been a little bit since he's been out there, but sometimes that can do it. But I know he continues to keep working at it, and he's been our go-to guy for a long time, and he knows how to pitch in those situations, and it's just a tough one to lose today.
Mariners continue their 10-game road trip. They got 4 games in Baltimore starting today. Emerson Hancock will get the ball for Seattle. First pitch this afternoon is at 3:35. To the American League West scoreboard, Mariners lost, and the rest of the teams, with the exception of the Astros, won because something had to give between the Athletics and the Astros. Rangers crushed the Guardians. Athletics shut out the Astros. The Angels reamed the Dodgers, so the Mariners lost a little ground over the weekend. But not the Apple Sox. How's that? That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Apple Sox took all 3 games from Kamloops over the weekend. 2 high-scoring one-run affairs, 9-8 on Friday and 8-7 on Saturday. A lot less drama yesterday. Wenatchee shuts out Kamloops 4-0. Wenatchee improves to 6-2 on the year, and they have a half-game lead over Nanaimo. They're off today. They will welcome Springfield for a 3-game series at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium tomorrow. And the rest of the West Coast League scoreboard looks something like this. Nanaimo just a half a game behind the Apple Sox after they nipped Edmonton. It was Kelowna over Victoria 6-4. Bellingham won a game that took forever, 12-11 there. Ridgefield over Port Angeles. Yakima Valley took care of Marion. Walla Walla, a town so nice they named it twice, over Bend. And Portland over Corvallis in West Coast League baseball. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. You want to celebrate National Best Friend Day? You are more than welcome to do so. It's today. It's National Name Your Poison Day. It's National Upsy Daisy Day. I don't even know what that means. But today we celebrate, well, the lifeblood of this planet. It's National Oceans Day today because about a half of the population of this planet depend on oceans essentially to eat. They're kind of important. Oceans cover 75% of the world, and they contain 97% of the world's water. They have a general idea. There's discovered so far about 250,000 different species that live in the ocean or the oceans, and they figure there's probably another 250,000 species that live in the ocean or oceans, and they don't know about them because they haven't been able to find them yet. Oceans are pretty big. Kind of hard to find these animals around there. Oceans absorb about 1/3 of all the carbon dioxide that we humans and our activities spit out. So yeah, they're kind of important there. There are 20 million tons of gold in the Earth's oceans that you can't get to. It's untouchable gold. 20 million tons of gold in the oceans, but nobody's figured out how to mine them. And most volcanic eruptions, in fact, almost all of them, like 93%, happen beneath the surface of the ocean. We love our oceans. I've swam in 3 of them. I won't tell you which ones. It's 27 minutes after the hour. Today in history, speaking of volcanoes, that's what's left of Laki. Laki, a volcano in Iceland, erupted on this date in 1783. It erupted for 8 months, and it did a lot of damage to Iceland. It basically wiped Iceland off the map because 42 billion tons of lava and poisonous gunk came flying out of this volcano. Then it settled on the countryside, sulfur dioxide, which contaminated the soil, which killed the crops, which then killed the cattle who could not graze on the crops. About 50% of all the livestock in Iceland died, and so they couldn't eat the food that grew out of the ground, and they couldn't eat the animals that ate the food that grew out of the ground, and 1/4 of Iceland's population would starve to death because of this eruption on this date in 1783. Somebody thought this was a good idea 67 years ago today. Missile mail. They took a nuclear missile, they took the warhead out in the cone, and they put mail in it. And they shot it from a battleship, and it landed someplace else. The idea was missile mail. We could deliver mail using a missile over a long distance in a very short period of time. We tried it on this date 67 years ago today. That's probably a collector's item. The first official missile mail. It didn't catch on. Well, what do you do? 60 years ago today, they were shooting a publicity film and photo for General Electric. General Electric didn't get the Air Force's permission to do it. They just did it. They went up in the sky at about 25,000 feet. One airplane was an F-104 Starfighter. The other one was an XB-70, one of those supersonic jets. Well, they collided. They collided with each other. Both aircraft were destroyed. This happened near Edwards Air Force Base in California. Joe Walker was a NASA test pilot. He was flying the F-104 Starfighter. The other pilot was Carl Cross, who was flying the experimental plane. Both were killed. Both planes crashed. The other person on board the Starfighter was able to eject. a bunch of generals and admirals and who knows what. A lot of them lost their job because they greenlighted a promotional shoot for General Electric, one of their contractors, without clearing it with the Pentagon. Yeesh. And 60 years ago today, Lamar Hunt, all he wanted to do, Lamar Hunt, was buy the Chicago Cardinals and move them to Dallas. He knew Dallas was a hotbed for football, and the NFL said, no, we're going to turn you down. This was in 1960. Lamar Hunt said, I want to buy the Chicago Cardinals, move them to Dallas, and if you don't let me do that, NFL, if you want the Cardinals to stay in Chicago, they didn't, they moved to St. Louis, then I want an expansion team in Dallas. The NFL turned Lamar Hunt down on both suggestions, so he started his own league, the AFL, and the AFL eventually drew even with the NFL, and the NFL on this date in 1966 threw up their hands and said, we give up, and the NFL and the AFL announced on this date 60 years ago today that they would merge effective in 1970. So Lamar Hunt basically founded the AFL, which is why the champions of the AFC every year get the Lamar Hunt Trophy. 31 minutes after the hour, birthdays. He would have been 99 years old today. Jerry Stiller, along with Ann Mirror, his wife, a great comedy team. He continued to act after his wife passed away. And, of course, he found rather huge success late in life as Frank Costanza, George's dad on Seinfeld, and then Arthur Spooner on King of Queens. So better late than never. Jerry Stiller, born in the state in 1927. He died 6 years ago at the age of 92. And Boz Scaggs, one of the original members of the Steve Miller Blues Band. He and Steve met while they were going to the University of Wisconsin in Madison. They formed a rock and roll group. Boz Scaggs was on the first 2 Steve Miller Band albums, went solo. He's doing pretty good, Boz Scaggs. Good guitarist, too, highly underrated. He's 82 years old today. Happy birthday, Boz. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor. My air conditioner hasn't had to do much of anything so far, but it's still not summer. You saw the forecast. We'll be getting 90 degrees, close to it on Saturday, and probably on Sunday. It's coming. The time will come in the not too distant future when your air conditioner will just turn on and not really turn off. You're asking a lot for your HVAC system. Make sure it can handle it by getting a hold of Alpine Air. Going to take a break. Mike McKnight has got an opinion you've never seen because we've never aired it. Why do baseball managers and coaches wear uniforms like the players? That's Mike's topic. And then the musical performances from the commencement exercises. On Friday night from the Town Toyota Center, you're going to hear from the Eastmont High School Mariachi Band. Pretty enthusiastic and very energetic. And then the Martinez brothers played Hey Jude at the Wenatchee High School commencement exercises, and a great vocalist, Alana Wendorf, entertained the crowd as well. The musical performances from last Friday's commencement exercises when we come back. You don't want to miss it. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
The NCW Life channel is proud to bring you live coverage of the 2026 commencement exercises for Westside High School on Tuesday, June 9th. The ceremonies at the Town Toyota Center will begin at 7 p.m. Our live broadcast is made possible by our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. The broadcast is also brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Caldwell Banker Cascade, and Together for Youth. Congratulations to the Westside High School class of 2026.
Chelan PUD works hard year-round to reduce fire risk and provide dependable service for our customers. But when extreme fire weather is forecasted, we may resort to a public safety power shutoff, turning off power to a specific area in order to prevent fire. In this rare event, we'll keep you informed before, during, and after the shutoff. To stay prepared and check if you're in a PSPS zone, visit chelanpud.org/PSPS.
Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Well, any fan of baseball doesn't bat an eye at the fact that Major League Baseball team coaches wear the same uniform their players do. When we see somebody currently like Dan Wilson, or in the past, somebody like Lou Piniella, who was still in pretty good shape, this is fine. But we also don't think twice when a chubby Tommy LaCorda came storming out of the dugout. It just made me think, how would it be, though, if coaches of other sports like hockey, football, or basketball had to wear the same uniforms as their players? Bill Belichick or Andy Reid standing on the sidelines in shoulder pads and a helmet? Hockey and basketball coaches wearing the team's gear? No. Let's just leave it the way it is. Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa is having their biggest sale on swim spas and hot tubs. With the biggest deals of the year, save up to $6,000 on a swim spa or up to $5,000 on a hot tub. Did you know hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis? Blue Lagoon enjoys helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Let the experts at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa handle the installation and regular maintenance. Relax, knowing you're in great hands with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa. Give us a call today.
The 22nd Annual Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival is coming to the Chelan County Expo Center, June 19th through the 21st. This year has 4 national touring bands: Appalachian Roadshow, Southern Legacy, the Rick Ferris Band, and Vicky Vaughn. Enjoy the slow jam and the return of Taylor's Camp. All the details can be found at WenatcheeRiverBluegrassFestival.com.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
platicando con honor, anoche por la ventana. Platicando con honor, anoche por la ventana. Me pidió que le cantara. Me pidió que le cantara el cascabel por menor, y me lo pedía cada vez lo que le dejamos. Ay, cómo resuma y suena. Ay, cómo resuma y suena, resuma y va resumando, resumando, mi cascabel.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get her. The minute you let her into your skin, then you'll begin to make it better. Anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulder. Well, you know that it's a fool who plays it cool by making his world a little colder. Na 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 na. Hey Jude, don't let me down. You have found her, now go and get her. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better, 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 better. Na 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 na. Na na na. Hey Jude. Na 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 na. Na na na. Hey Jude. Jude, 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 wah wah. Na 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 na. Take a step, so make it better now. Na 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 na. Hey Jude. Na 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 na. See you guys. Na na na. Hey Jude. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey Jude. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey Jude. Na 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 na. Na na na. Hey take a step, so make it better now. Jude, 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 Jude.
don't see it. That dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. I just gotta keep going in line. I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on. 'Cause there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's a There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the keep on moving, keep climbing, keep it, baby. It's all about the climb. Keep your faith, keep your faith.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Vape companies have a history of targeting teens. Now, they've been caught red-handed marketing to minors in Washington state and forced to pay millions in a major lawsuit. When it comes to your health, choose what matters. Choose you. Nicotine in vapes can increase feelings of anxiety and depression. Though quitting isn't always easy, it's a great way to care for your mental health. When you're ready to take control of your well-being, choose the Tomorrow Health app. It's free for Washington teens and proven to work.
few things to touch on before we send you on this way on this Monday. First of all, we're going to throw up a couple of those PTZ cameras, and while Malcolm is doing that, I'm going to give you the latest update on the Chelan County malware attack. We just got the latest information from Jill Fitzsimmons, the Chelan County Public Information Officer. Basically, nothing has changed as far as Chelan County government offices are concerned. Their website is down, their email is down, their phones are down. If you need to do business with Chelan County, you will have to do so in person. The only in-person service not available to Chelan County residents is the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. Their walk-up window is shut down because if you're trying to get like a gun permit or whatever, that software isn't currently working. And if you need to get a marriage license, you'll have to go to maybe out in Grant County, to the Grant County seat in Ephrata, or up to the Douglas County seat in Waterville. Marriage licenses, of course, are issued by the state, but they still need access to the database, and they can't do that in Chelan County. So again, if you need a marriage license, you're going to have to go up to Waterville or out to Ephrata or any of the other of the 38 other county seats in our state. No district court for the foreseeable future, but most legal things going on with Chelan County Superior Court is still going on, and a lot of Chelan County offices have set up temporary phone numbers and temporary email addresses while they continue to work on the malware attack. Again, this is day 16 of that. That's a long time to be doing that. Friendly reminder for you to upgrade relaxation with a Bullfrog Spa featuring the exclusive Jetpack therapy system. It is personalized comfort in every seat. Only the Bullfrog Spa will offer you the Jetpack therapy system. I don't know what it is, but it sounds good to me. Who doesn't like a good hot tub? Head down to Pool and Spa Services on Worthen Street and check it out. And we're getting closer and closer to the Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival right around the corner, 19th, 20th, and 21st of June. Always the third weekend in June. It usually ties itself around Father's Day, and this is no exception. Outside of 1 year, COVID, this is the 22nd year in a row, and it just keeps getting bigger and better than ever. It's at the Chelan County Expo Center on the campus of the Chelan County Fairgrounds in Cashmere. If you want the full camping experience, a full hookup for your camper or your fifth wheeler or your trailer, and that means, of course, sewer and water and electricity, that is first come, first serve, and that starts Monday the 15th at 12 noon. By the way, Chuck Egner, one of the coordinators, will be on this show in the not too distant future. In the more immediate future is the weather, and we're going to be everywhere from the National Weather Service. Here we go. There is a low that's going to swing through our area. It's going to come into the southwest part of our state, basically Longview and Portland, Oregon. It's going to work its way northeast, and that means a lot of clouds today, a lot of rain on the west side, not so much here. But we got about a 30% chance of rain this afternoon, and then a 90% chance of showers tonight. And then we dry out Tuesday, and we replace the rain with the wind. Very windy Tuesday night. Wednesday, we calm down a little bit Wednesday night, and then we have a nice weekend heading our way, but we got to get there first. Provided the show isn't canceled, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.